South America, these colourful characters are pretty hard to miss, both in sight and sound.
These aerobatic birds, they have a short wingspan and a rather light tail. That allows them to navigate their way through the rainforest trees with incredible precision.
There are 17 species in the corps, and they range from the size of a small parrot all the way up to a hyacinth, which is over 1 metre long.
And they all have unique personalities and looks. Those feather lines on their faces, they're actually just like our fingerprints, and that means they're unmatchable to any other.
However, it's because of their beauty that people steal them from the forest and sell them as pets. Now be sure you are the ones that can keep these beautiful birds flying free by always saying no to the illegal wildlife trade.
And trust me folks, you don't want a pet bird who lives to be 100 but remains forever as hyperactive as a 5-year-old child.
Well, as our beautiful macaws are heading home, let's go from feathers to scales.
Now, some of you may think of our next guests as friends, and others may think of them as foes, but in the big scheme of things, we like to think that snakes are just very misunderstood.
Yeah, there are 2,700 different species of snake found all over the world, and they're amazing. They've adapted to live in the rainforests, the deserts, and even the seas. Plus, some species from Southeast Asia can get close to 10 metres long and weigh up to 150 kilograms.
That is a very large snake. Now check out those snakes coming through the audience. You'll notice they are of the non-venomous variety and they're very comfortable around people because they've been born and raised here at Australia Zoo. But in the wild, a snake's perspective of people can be very different. So make sure if you see a snake in the wild, give it heaps of space.
Yeah, now bear in mind when a snake feels threatened or cornered, the only way it can protect itself is to bite. So it makes sense that most people are bitten whilst deliberately trying to catch or kill a snake. Now, Australia, we are so lucky when it comes to our snakes, as we are the only continent on Earth to have more venomous species than not. Pretty darn cool, hey? Plus, today, you're actually all in for a bit of an extra special treat. As in this tub, we have Carl. And Carl is one of the most venomous snakes here at Australia Zoo. Now when it comes to handling Carl, it takes years of training and exceptional skill. So I must truly emphasise that no one should try and do this themselves. We here, well, we just love to showcase how amazing and incredible these creatures truly are. Jess, what are you doing? Jess, where's Carl?
I don't know where Carl
Jess!
is. Carl's not in my
Jess,
bucket.
put your feet. Jess.
You need to wash your feet, so I don't know where Carl is.
We can find Carl.
I'm going to go and have a look out the back and see if I can...
Ladies, calm down. I've got this situation sorted. Found the snake in your
That's correct, that's Carl.
That someone's
Brandon,
scared.
do you know who that is?
What?
You have Carl. That's
Carl!
Brandon.
Oh, that's Carl. Oh, strict. No. Oh, oi. Oh, no. Oi, Jesse, you bit me. Oh, no.
I mean, that was slightly dramatic. Jess has gone get to the gear we need, but everyone, do not worry. We are trained professionals and know exactly how to help our patient. The first thing to remember is to keep still and do not panic. The venom will move around your body with your muscles, so always keep your patient as still as possible.
You'll be right, Carl.
Jess.
You'll be right, buddy. I know.
Jess.
If you throw you far, you'll be
Jess.
right. We'll get you some help.
Jess.
You'll be right, Carl.
That's not exactly what we meant. Brandon, mate, looks like you're dead meat. Obviously here at Australia Zoo, we do love our snakes, but Jess, I do think Brandon needs some proper help.
Okay, I like you, Brandon. Well, you're going to need this, Daisy. It's a compression bandage. You can get it at the chemist. Cheap as chips. Check it out on the big screen. What you want to do is wrap that bite side 3 to 4 times and continue down the limb. Now don't wrap it so tight that you cut off the circulation. You just want to use enough pressure as you put on a sprained ankle or wrist.
Yeah, once your patient is all bandaged up, call an ambulance. Make sure you keep them still and calm until the ambulance arrives, and always let the help come to you. Well, Brandon, mate, looks like you've had a pretty lucky escape without a rubber snake, so it's about time we got ourselves out of here so Luke can take us across the seas.
We're heading to the west coast of South America and into the Andes Mountains, where we find the largest flying bird in the Western Hemisphere. reaching weights of up to 15 kilos and having wingspans stretching over 3 meters in length, these birds can cruise the skies at altitudes up to 16,000 feet. One of only 6 in Australia, I'd like to introduce Chief, our Andean condor. Member of the New World vulture family, Chief is a scavenger with a preference for larger carcasses such as cattle and deer. Condors will also cruise the coastline in search of beach marine mammals such as seals, dolphins, and even whales. A near threatened species, condors are still falling victim to secondary poisoning and to this day are still being shot and trapped, making them a species that's truly in need of our support. Isn't Chief just spectacular? Whilst large birds of prey enjoy scavenging for their food, there are smaller birds who have to work a little bit harder for their prey. And that's exactly how cormorants, like Albert and Scuba, will catch their meal. Adapted perfectly for life in the water, cormorants lack the water-resistant coating on their feathers that many other birds possess. This allows them to swim faster and to dive to greater depths in pursuit of their prey. Whilst this is great for under the water, a bird can't fly the sky with wet feathers. That's why you'll see cormorants lining the riverbanks throughout Australia, flapping their wings to shake off the water, then holding them outstretched, just like they're hanging themselves out to dry. From birds who do like to cruise the water, to those that'll fly the sky. You're a very lucky audience today because we're about to be joined by the most interactive bird we have in our demonstration. Now, I'm sure they're both very excited to get out here, so I'd like to introduce Jasmine to take it away.
Thanks, Luke. G'day, everyone. I'd like you to meet my mate, Yulai, one of our beautiful red-tailed black cockatoos. Now, Yulai here has not only been trained to fly from point to point, but also from person to person. So to demonstrate this today, I'm going to need the help from an adult volunteer in our audience. Is there anyone out there who'd like to meet Yulai face to face? Oh, a few hands over here. I think I'm going to go with the lady right in front of me in the white singlet. Yep, that's you. Stand up for me. So what I need you to do is reach into your wallet and grab me out a $5 note. Now I can hear some of you laughing, but we do need this note because Yulai doesn't know this person and it could make him just a little uncomfortable to fly to a complete stranger. So we've trained him to fly to a common everyday object, which just so happens to be that $5 note. Have you got one? Perfect. So fold that note in half and one more time, just like a little rectangle, place it in between 2 fingers with your arm out to the side. Just nice and flat for me. Perfect. Now Yulai should see that note and know exactly where to fly. I love this bird. Okay, anyone over here with a 20? I am just kidding. I will get this right back to you. Stand up for me. Place one arm out. Actually, we'll make it really easy for Yulai. Place both of your arms out. Great. Now flap really hard, fly down and grab it. Good job. I am just kidding. All I need is one arm out with your palm facing upwards, just like a little landing platform. Yulai's going to deliver that via airmail. Or not. I think Yulai is going to go buy himself some lunch. Alright, thank you very much for volunteering. We'll get that note back to you right after the show. That was Yulai, my cheeky red-tailed black cockatoo.
I reckon that $5 might be mine now, but well done, Yulai. Super cheeky. Now it's time for me. Some of Yulai's best mates.
Check out some of our gorgeous Australian native parrots, like our amazing Rosa Mitchells. These cheeky birds are naturally very social as well, and as you can tell, they all love to show off as the others follow.
Our black cockatoos are so graceful in flight and have a very distinct call. So keep your eyes and your ears open today might see one of these birds cruising around the Sunshine Coast. They're pretty common around here. But in just a moment, we'll introduce you to the speed demons of the bird world. Our red-collared and rainbow lorikeets. Lorikeets have to fly really fast to survive in the wild. They're on the favourite food item list for the fastest animal on the planet, the peregrine falcon. And all of our Australian natives really do rely on the bush for food and shelter. So no bush, no birds.
Worldwide, habitat destruction. That is still the #1 threat facing the survival of our native wildlife.
So let's make a difference today. Whoever you are, wherever you live, grow native plants in your backyard, and sooner or later, you'll have amazing animals like us living at your place.
Well, please put your hands together for Luke and the Australian Free Black Crew! Alright, Daisy. Guys, giving us one thing to do.
Let's do it.
Who wants to see the crash?
The smoke. You did. That you're like, why are you saying
That was impressive.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, because you look so beautiful.
Thank you. It's gonna happen a lot. My friend is out of control.
But it's just a reflection on
Is anyone here from America? Okay, let me tell you what I just said. My bangs are out of control. Look, I'm bilingual. Feeling good? Feeling good? I'm so glad to see everybody here today. Thank you so much for coming. This is my favorite part of the day. It is awesome. You were awesome dancing. That was so fun.
Well, everyone was amazing who came down the front and helped to dance. Thank you to all the wonderful little dancers. You guys were phenomenal.
They were really terrific. And we got some special guests. Melissa and her crew are in today. We love you.
Yes, it's great to
And
see you.
we've got Karen and guests on a platinum zoo adventure. You can only say it like that.
You have to. It's wild as life gets.
On a platinum zoo adventure.
Look at us.
And the Sangaris family is here. You guys helped little squished animals with us. Thank you so much.
And beautiful Bonnie is up there as well. Hi, Bonnie.
Bonnie, who's that sitting on your lap? Oh, you're pregnant.
It's very exciting.
Bonnie's always got someone sitting on her lap because she's